And welcome back, everyone. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris is welcoming D1 athletes here at the White House. You're looking at the celebration of College Athlete Day. Originally, President Biden was to welcome the athletes, but according to officials, he is now undergoing a root canal instead. So Kamala is stepping in. Dozens of athletes are expected there, as you see some of the folks, but they will receive the same importance as the LGBTQ community. And President Joe Biden tweeting out this message with a photo of the LGBTQ flag, as you see there outside the White House. The tweet saying, "Today, the People's House, your house, sends a clear message to the country and to the world that America is a nation of pride." Now, Kansas Senator Roger Marshall accused Biden of violating the United States flag code with that prominent display. They're saying not only is it in breach of the flag code, it's a glaring example of this White House's incompetence and insistence on putting their social agenda ahead of the patriotism. And there was a lot of backlash about where the flag was placed. Not just Senator Marshall, but others did say it was a violation. But it is noted on Twitter that a wider shot that you see here shows an American flag pictured high above the White House there, higher than the pride flag at Saturday's event. So effectively, there is no legal violation, but still some say the optics are just emblematic of this administration. Joining us now to discuss also today's celebration of NCAA athletes and the prominence of pride with this White House is former NCAA swimmer Riley Gaines. Riley, great to see you. Thanks for joining me today.
Of course. Thank you so much.
So we have a lot to get to with you and your case in just a moment, but I just want to first off get your reaction that the White House and Kamala celebrating NCAA athletes, men and women, they say. You shared a podium, we should note, with UPenn transgender swimmer Leah Thomas. He even got the trophy, and you were told, well, yours is in the mail. So tell us, do you feel celebrated by this administration?
No. No female athlete should feel celebrated by this administration. What this administration is actively trying to do is erase women, not just female athletes. They're trying to erase women. Their proposed rewrite of Title IX is an abomination to what was beneficial for so many women, including my grandma's generation. They've seen these benefits, and now they're seeing that being taken away. So make no mistake, the message that they're really sending to women like myself, young girls, is that we don't matter. Our safety, our privacy, and our equal opportunities, they don't matter.
And when you do want to advocate for women and women being erased in sports to fight back, you saw firsthand what happens to you. Tell us a little bit about where your case stands. It was really frightening to watch you be ambushed by a mob in San Francisco State University and then their response to it. Can you tell us where your case stands? Because you were held effectively for hours against your own will, assaulted. Where do things stand now, Riley?
Yeah, I was held for ransom for over 3.5 hours where these protesters demanded that if I wanted to make it home to see my family safely, that I had to pay them money. But there have been no repercussions. There have been no expulsions. There has been no consequences for anyone involved, including the administration, which afterwards, after this event, the Vice President of Student Affairs released an email to their student body, doubling down on what the students had done and saying that she was so proud of her brave students for handling someone such as myself in the manner that they did. I have pressed charges, but the police department in San Francisco have not been easy to work with, to say the least, which I think is a true indication of the way our justice system is going as well, not just universities and the erasure of women, but what's happening in the corruption within our own justice system.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking a lot about that, obviously, in the political weaponization with Donald Trump leaving Florida to go down, leaving New Jersey to go to Florida today. That said, however, you're standing in front of a step and repeat that looks like RD for Ron DeSantis 2024. We know right here on Newsmax, Riley, you endorse Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Tell us why he is your pick to be the next president of the United States.
Well, I can tell you right now, if it was Ron DeSantis in the White House, that flag would not be flying. The only flag that would be flying is the flag that's standing outside of his residence right here in Florida now, which is the American flag. The way he's handled these cultural issues that affect everyday Americans, whether that be something like sports, the education system, the breakdown of faith and family and our freedoms, he's drawn a line and he has said enough is enough, which we haven't seen other candidates do in the way that he has. And so I'm proud to say that I endorse him, and I hope that he's the one who will put America back on track.
And you mentioned the flag, Riley, outside the White House. We can put it up again for viewers to see. Very prominent. Maybe it didn't violate the flag code exactly, but there definitely is a message here, because another person on Twitter posted on Veterans Day, there was no flag there. It was all empty. You know, and in addition to this, I have a 17-year-old daughter who's navigating, of course, the world here and the culture wars, whether it be erasing females in sports or just this confusion with gender identity. What is your advice to young women today, and also moms of young women today?
My advice to parents, first and foremost, is to defend your daughters and teach your sons masculinity. This conversation very quickly gets centered around girls and women, but we need men too. We need strong men, so teach your sons masculinity. But my message to young girls is it's liberating to say the truth. You feel like a weight is off of your shoulders. Be bold, be empowered, stand firm in what you know is right and what you know is fair, and know that the overwhelming majority of not just Republicans, not just female athletes, but the overwhelming majority of the general public, even the overwhelming majority of the Democratic Party, knows that men and women's sports is lunacy. So stand firm in that. We're catering to a minority right now, and I wish more people would be bold enough to acknowledge that.
Riley Gaines, appreciate your time, and do keep us posted on your case there in San Francisco, and hopefully you can get some more cooperation from police and obtain that footage you're looking for your side and your defense. We appreciate it. Good to see you.
Thank you so much.